There is a blocking sensation running wild in the mountains of Utah.
Onyeka. And Kessler there to block it.
Walker Blocker Kessler has seamlessly filled Gobert's size 20 shoes, as he's averaging more blocks than the former Jazz center and is looking like the next great big in Jazz's storied history. So let's take a closer look at the blocking machine, Walker Kessler's lifestyle and net worth. Number 8. Walker Kessler's early life. Now, Atlanta, Georgia might not be the first city that pops into your mind when you think of basketball cities, but Atlanta has produced its fair share of talent. You've got old stars like Walt Frazier and Dwight Howard, and up-and-coming talents like Anthony Edwards and now Walker Kessler. Born in Atlanta on July 26, 2001, this 21-year-old rookie has had a unique journey to the NBA. First of all, how many NBA players can say that they can get free orthopedic surgeries? Kessler might be one of the few, as his dad Chad and his uncle Alec are both orthopedic surgeons. And they aren't just some regular old surgeons, as both brothers played in the NBA too. It must have taken Walker and his brother Houston quite some time to beat their dad and uncle in a game of 2-on-2 during family get-togethers. But we're sure that it helped that Walker grew quickly to be 7 feet tall. We wonder if his dad and uncle called in early retirement from backyard ball after Walker's growth spurt. Not only did that growth spurt come in handy to beat his old man, but made it clear to Walker what he wanted to do with his life. Number 7. How he started basketball. Now, you might be thinking that we were exaggerating when talking about those legendary backyard pickup games. But according to Walker, that really is how his love for basketball began. Along with those grueling games, Walker also found an appreciation for the game that we all love through his dad and uncle, who could show him the nuances of basketball. But of course, the most fun part was blocking shots into the bleachers and dunking on everyone. So we're sure Walker had his fair share of fun, as he averaged nearly 17 and 10 in his senior year of high school. He would be named Mr. Georgia Basketball and win the Georgia Gatorade Basketball Player of the Year. A big reason why he was such a sensation in Georgia was that he averaged nearly 5 blocks a game. His intuition to send the ball rocketing into the stands is something that translated seamlessly into the NBA. But more on that in a little bit. First, Kessler had to make a pit stop at a few colleges before getting his shot in the big leagues. Number 6. College years. Once a player is finished with their high school career, they all dream of the coveted 5-star ranking. If you get this aforementioned ranking, then you are regarded as one of the few elite players in your position. The rankings aren't the be-all end-all, just ask Jimmy Buckets, but it sure does help to see those stars by your name, and Walker Kessler earned himself a 5-star recruit status. No wonder he had colleges like North Carolina, Duke, Michigan, and Virginia lining up to sign him. Eventually, the big man chose the North Carolina Tar Heels, joining an elite list of NBA talents who put on the Tar Heels uniform like Vince Carter, James Worthy, and this guy named Michael Jordan. Now, of course, we are not implying that Kessler was the next coming of MJ, but he definitely did his thing, as he set a North Carolina freshman record and an ACC tournament record for blocks in a game. Talk about foreshadowing. That following year, Kessler pulled a LeBron James and took his talents to Auburn so he could get more playing time. And once again, Kessler didn't waste any time before setting more records. This time he set the Auburn single-season block record and led the nation in blocks. So Kessler being named the SEC Defensive Player of the Year was a no-brainer. Once he finished toying with these college kids, Kessler set his mind on bringing his elite defensive skills to the NBA, as he declared for the 2022 draft. Number 5. Career achievements. Kessler was selected 22nd overall by the Memphis Grizzlies before being traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves. But here's where Kessler's story takes an interesting and ironic turning point, as the Wolves traded Kessler along with a handful of other players and 4 future first-round picks for the Jazz block artist Rudy Gobert. Now, at the time, that seemed like an overpay for someone like Gobert, but to make matters worse, Kessler has been a rookie sensation this year. In fact, he has blocked more shots than Gobert and is the only player to have multiple games of 7 or more shots blocked. So talk about rubbing salt in the wounds of some Wolves fans. On a nightly basis, it seems as if Kessler's name is mentioned in the same breath as former greats like Dwight Howard and Alonzo Mourning for his efficient scoring and blocking abilities. In fact, Kessler has made such a great impression on the Jazz that he is one of 2 untouchable players for the organization. which begs the question, how come so many teams slept on the shot-blocking big man? It might be because he isn't known as a shooter, and today's NBA requires everyone to shoot. But Kessler is breaking through this adage and showing everyone that a dominant shot-blocking center is as valuable as ever before. Stay tuned to see how much dough blocking shots can get you. Number 4. Various sponsorships. One of the best things about being an NBA player is all the sponsorship deals you can sign. It doesn't take long for companies to come calling when you show out in the big leagues. Soon you can have basically free clothes, free food, and free cars. Just imagine being a multi-millionaire baller and getting all of your essentials for free. These guys really are living the dream. Now, as for Kessler, that dream started with Adidas. He is currently signed with the world-famous brand. Having a big-name brand come calling is a surefire sign that you're doing the right thing. Once these types of brands start taking notice, then the sky is the limit of what you can potentially earn. So as long as Kessler keeps sending balls into the 10th row, he can keep cashing boatloads of money. And speaking of money, number 3, NBA contracts. So you know it's got to be a good feeling seeing all of those years of hard work pay off as you take a pen and sign on the dotted line of your NBA contract. Not only are your childhood dreams fulfilled, but now you're officially part of the NBA Brotherhood and are about to make some nice pocket change. For Kessler, the pocket change comes in the form of a 4-year, $13 million contract, which includes an incredible $3.3 million annual salary. And if he plays his cards right, he can eventually sign a $215 million deal. If that happens, he needs to go buy everyone he knows a backyard hoop, because it's something that small which has completely changed Kessler's life forever. Number 2, social media presence. Kessler's life might have changed, but his humble nature has stayed the same. This has been on full display on his Instagram, where he has over 76,000 followers, a number that is bound to skyrocket if he keeps playing as he is. But on that social media platform, you really get to see the gentle giant nature of Kessler. The 7-foot-tall big man seems to have a child joy-like to him in all the pictures that he posts celebrating his team's wins. In fact, the big man was nearly in tears talking about a teammate getting traded, so you definitely see that he is one of the good guys in the NBA, which only makes us root harder for him to succeed. Number 1, his net worth. Now, with all of that being said, Kessler is still in the beginning stages of his career. He has star potential, but it will be a few years before he can truly maximize it. This is why, for now, his net worth is somewhere between $1 to $3 million. But we don't imagine it staying that low as Kessler blocks his way into the NBA history books. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell beside it so that you're notified the next time we upload a new video. And with that being said, you just watched the lifestyle and net worth of Walker Kessler. We'll see you next time.